Hello everyone, today I will show you how you can make this night sky scene, which is very mystical, kind of a moon night, and you can just follow me. It's very simple, very easy to make, and let's start. We'll start off the drawing. You can see I have this plain canvas. White canvas is basically the screen size, and we will be using darker colors just to keep in that night theme and the night scenery in mind. To start with, I am going to go with this really dark blue color, and I'm going to drag and drop in here like that. You see, so this is going to be our sky. We don't make it complete black. It should have a touch of blue in it. Then we're going to make a new layer. Go to our this S kind of selection tool, select the ellipse, draw it like that, and you can hold on the screen until it's a perfect sphere, and you can leave it where you want. Now we'll go to a lighter color like this one. It's kind of a cream color, and we can drag and drop it in. Okay, now we deselect this, go to here, slide, duplicate the moon layer, select the lower layer, and we can go to our magic wand, Gaussian blur, and we can blur it to our liking so it kind of creates an aura behind the moon. So I like it over here around 45%. We deselect it, then we select the top layer, the moon layer, we go to another layer, we make a new layer, and for the color I'm going to select kind of a darker gray color, something over here. Then I'm going to go to my brushes, industrial, and rusted decay. For the size, I have selected around 9, and the opacity is around 30%. And then we're just going to make some random strokes on the moon so it can like mimic as the texture of the surface of the moon. So you see, it's quite random. You can always make it however you want. With this, I'm quite happy with this. We can just tap on some certain areas to kind of make those big spots that the surface of the moon has. You can smaller the size, make it somewhere else as well. So this is kind of basic surface of our moon. Then we can merge the layers like this. We create a new layer on top, and now I'm going to make the branches, like the bushes that are going to cover the moon. But what I can do first is I can move the moon. We select the layer, we go to the selection, we can move it a bit upwards so that the branches kind of cover the lower part of the moon. Then we go to the new layer. So for this I'm using absolutely black color. You can also double tap here so it selects the blackest most color, and I will go here and I will select this tapered brush. You can also select an inking brush or a sketching brush. I will go with around 10% size, 100% opacity, and then I can start drawing in some bushes. These could be as random as possible. You really don't need to exactly copy how I'm doing them, but you can always make them as random as you want. So I'm just gonna fast forward this whole bushes process because it's not really like how I do it. You can make random bushes of your own. So before that, once you've made the base of like the thicker branch, then you can reduce the size to around 5%, and then you can start making off the smaller branches. So this is kind of our basic bush structure, and then I'm going to add some foliage or the leaves on it. So for that, you can first make a new layer, And then you can go to your brushes, you go to organic, and then you can select this paper daisy. I have another brush for that, but this is a default brush. You can always find this one in your Procreate app by default. So you just select this brush, and if you just go over here, you see it makes this foliage here, which is really nice. It gives a really nice leafy effect. But I will use another brush. You can go with that one for your tutorial. And here, so you see it's giving, like, you can kind of follow the branches and also go random down here just to fill in the spaces, and you can just like that. And with this brush you can always make it look like that. You fill it in like this. So we have quite a good, like, basic structure of it. So what we can do now is we go to our layers. Now you can either merge these two layers if you want, like that. You just pinch them together, and then you can go to the selection tool, and you can always, like, adjust where you want them. So this kind of looks good to me, right? Now I would like to add some clouds, like some mist clouds to this. You can reduce the size of the moon if you want, but I think, yeah, we can maybe reduce it. I will go to the moon layer, go to the selection, this. Okay, yeah, the moon looks really good here. Now we can make a layer on top of the moon and underneath the bushes like this, and then you can go with the organic. You can go with the rainforest brush, but I will use another brush, and it's clouds brush. But you can always go with the rainforest brush. It gives a really nice texture of clouds as well. But for that I will use a really lighter gray color, and make sure to make it much more lighter, because even at the night the clouds look white if we have a cloudy night. The size would be around, I'd say 38%, not 100%, but maybe 80% opacity. And then you can just make some random strokes like that. So you see, so yeah, I'm quite happy with this. But if you feel it's really dark, or if you want some less clouds, you can always adjust the opacity and make new ones, or you can go here, press N, and reduce it a bit. But this looks really nice. This is our clouds layer. But also I would like to add in this is some stars. So we can make the stars layer on top of the background, the base layer. We can make a new layer here, so it's like behind the moon, behind the clouds. Then we go here, like to go to luminance, and you can select the glimmer. This is again a basic Procreate brush. So for that I have made the spacing and jitter to like 100% to the max. And the size would be around, you can say 15%, 100% opacity, and the color should be really white. So then you can just tap on certain places just to add some stars to the night sky. So yeah, so that looks really nice to me. So I will leave the tutorial here. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you do, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to comment, and do follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you very much.